So you said setup wise, everything looking pretty good now. Okay. Issue in terms we've got on the back, so now there's a bit of a drop going back now with your takeaway as the club goes back. So we've got these two lines here now, roughly on top of your head. Those are the green and the red line. Okay. Previously, as you went back, you were when the club's gone back to sort of knee high. You've already dropped down a good bit before, and then you keep going further and further and further. You drop down quite a significant amount. Good position in terms of the back. If you just sort of look at that and forget where your head was, it's a great position. Okay. But you kind of set the golf club up next to the golf ball, and you've reduced that gap. So by virtue of you reducing the gap between you and the golf ball, either your arms are going to shorten or bend, you've got to go down the grip somewhere mid-swing, really or you've got to come back up again. So there's got to be a compensation to some extent to hit that golf ball. The one on the right-hand side where you're keeping a lot more stable, you can see as you go back there, and same good position, you haven't dropped down quite as much. It's not much different really, but you still haven't dropped down quite. I mean, you've probably gone down maybe sort of 3 or 4 there to sort of 6 or 7. I mean, the lines are pretty much on an equal plane there, and your head is certainly higher on that one there. Haven't quite dropped down as much. Now, it never completely stop dropping it. Click your fingers and stop dropping. That's never going to happen. But as long as you're aware of where it needs to be and what the movement's got to be, again, that movement against the wall there with your forehead, okay, just get used to rotating around your spine doing this rather than doing that at the same time. Because if you then reduce that amount of drop as you come back to golf ball, when you come back down, you've got less compensation required. Lovely strike as we can see, and then we can just twist through with a nice sort of full range of motion through the golf ball now, back and through. The other thing as well, I think on this one you might have done as well when you came back through, not so much. So as you're bobbing up and down, as your head's coming up and down this way, as you're at the golf ball, your club hits the golf ball there a bit more towards the toe end of the golf club, as we can see, because you moved up a bit through the red line, and then your weight doesn't really sort of transfer. Your right doesn't really come through quite as much. But a lot of that is if your body is doing this in the golf swing, you'd fall over. So everything kind of works in the lower half, especially hips, lower half, and they will kind of function as a result of your top half twisting. Okay, if they don't function, don't then just try and move. They're not moving for a reason, not because you're not trying to. But if you try to fire the hips, as you said last lesson, okay, or kick that leg, you'll fall flat on your face. So if you're in a position where you can't naturally, again, when you throw a ball, you go, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. You just go back there and just and you spin through and the hips work, okay? If you're doing this on the way back and then this rising on the way through, you're coming up now this way, you try and rotate, because on the balls you try and rotate, you lose a lot of balance. Then you'll finish the sort of swing sort of bit this way, trying to sort of stabilise yourself, and then that sort of restricted finish position on the left-hand side, rather than the fuller movement you get on the right-hand side where you rotate through a much more sort of fuller position. But that has just happened as a result of the ability now, because you've got less drop and less rise. There's going to be a little bit of drop. We kind of got a bit of leeway, inch or two either way from going down and up every 99. Well, if you want to look at the tour professionals, there's some similarities. If you watch golf on TV at all, I could probably then, if you watch a lot of golf on TV, I could probably take 10 golfers off TV that are fairly well known, with all different swings. We're talking the McIlroys, a Jim Furyk, maybe a Matt Kuchar around here, and all these different funkiness. Okay, right, I'm going to silhouette all their golf swings and put 10 names, and you put all the names to their thing. I reckon you get probably most, if not all of them, correct. Just looking at their swings and how their movements are. If I took their arms away and said, right, do the same again now, all you'd see is this, and you wouldn't have a clue. Exactly, because their body kind of is the engine that sort of functions, and the arms and hands have to work around that, leading the swing. But if you're doing that, you'd stand out quite clearly from a crowd of golfers who were doing that. Okay, so that motion's going to be important. If we can get the body in a good position, which you have now got a really good start position, there, maintain that by rotating round yourself rather than doing this at the same time. You're adding a move to the golf swing, you don't need to add. And that's going to definitely be a power.
I was going to say it's definitely
reducer.
If anything, it's going to take anything out, isn't it?
Of course, yeah, exactly. You're doing that. If I said throw a ball at the same time, drop down and stand at there'd be no power to the golf ball. Okay, so everything's going to be starting to go from a sort of central point. The hands are now working nicely down. You get a nice sort of good swing. Your hands are keeping up and taking over with the lower half. You're not trying to fire that lower half too much as you thought lesson one. And the body can function. But if the body isn't doing too much of this, it's going to be tough to be consistent. What will happen is you hit 20 balls in a row on a driving range, you'll kind of find what that motion was. And you wouldn't even know what the motion was going to be because you wouldn't know where you were dropping, were you? But then if we can reduce,
similarity across
exactly,
the board,
just make it a continual move from start position here now. I'm going to rotate from here to there, and the hands and arms are going to sort of follow with that through the swing. So, make sense?
Yeah.
Good man.